Hello and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleacher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and hopefully one day retiring early. So if those are topics that you are also interested in, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. This video today is hands down my most exciting video that I've ever made to date. I am so excited. Not only have I paid off my first loan, or our first debt in this whole debt payoff journey, it means, and I'm not going to get emotional. I told myself, okay, so I'm wearing makeup. For the first time in weeks, I will not cry. I will not do it. But paying off this debt means that my boys are going to get health insurance. Health insurance for the first time in 5 years. Let's take a break. I'm going to show you a few pictures of my boys just so you can put faces to this story. So let's take a little break, show you a few pictures. Okay, we're back. I just want to give you a little background information because I do get a lot of questions about this. So about 5-6 years ago, our insurance went way up and it increased so much we literally couldn't afford to pay it anymore. And I've had people ask me, like, have you applied, did you check out Obamacare? Did you apply for Hawkeye? So in the state of Iowa, there's a program called Hawkeye where there's programs for people who don't have insurance and have low income that can either get free healthcare for their kids or drastically reduced healthcare for their kids. So I did look into those programs. Yes, I looked into Obama. It was the same. So the Obamacare is based on your income. So based on my income, it was the same price that my employer was offering, which was too high for us. And then under the Hawkeye program, when I looked into that, I made too much money to qualify for help with my current situation, meaning I have 2 kids. If I had 7 kids, I could have gotten help under the Hawkeye program, but that's what I needed based on my income. And it's really funny, interesting, strange, the way these things are calculated. And I get it. I take personal responsibility for being in so much debt. That's on me. But the way it's calculated is based on your income. Yes, I do make a certain amount of money, which is a comfortable amount of money that I should be good on. I should be able to get health insurance for my kids based on my income. But my debt to income ratio was so huge that I could not afford the insurance. In fact, I couldn't even afford my minimum payments on my credit cards. And if you'd like to know how I got out of that, how I organized all that, I made a video, I think it's called how we're saving over $1,000 a month in the year 2020. I'll put a link to it in the description box below, but that explains how we were able to start this whole debt journey. So you might want to check that out. But anyways, so yes, I have looked into all the programs. I didn't qualify for anything, which is why we had to pay off debt in order to get health insurance. So let me explain how we were able to pay off this debt. We have been, before the whole pandemic started, we've been focusing all our extra money into this debt. So that helped. We got a jump start before the pandemic started. Then once the pandemic hit, we changed our focus from paying that debt off to savings. And we're still doing that, but we were able to pay it off. And this is how we did it. So let's go back a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, I got an email from my company saying it's time to sign up for health insurance again. This is how much it costs. When I got that email, I was devastated. And this is why. Our insurance went up. All of my calculations were based on a certain guesstimate of how much it was going to cost, and it was $100 above my estimate. And I was devastated. We hadn't paid off this loan yet at that point. And I had also, in addition to that needing to be paid off, I also had to figure out a way to come up with an extra $100 a month. And I laid my head I just laid my head on the desk and cried. I cried. I sobbed. And my oldest son, he came into the office and he said, you know, like, oh my gosh, Mom, what's wrong? And I said, I'm so sorry. We're not going to be able to afford health insurance again. I'm so sorry. I felt awful. And of course, he was so nice about it. But anyways, that was a low. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to figure this out. So this is what I did. We discussed it with my husband, of course, but we decided to use our stimulus check, this was $2,900, to put towards this debt. We also put as much cash as we could towards this debt. And then after all that, we still had $2,000 left over. So what we did is we have 2 loans right now, 2 debt consolidation loans. This is the first one. What we did is I contacted the second company and I said, yeah, I basically we negotiated us adding $2,000 to that debt there. So what that did, we had a 5-year loan with them. So what that did is it extended that loan out by 7 months. And the reason why it did that instead of increasing our payment is we couldn't increase our payment because we actually needed to find another $100 in our budget to cover insurance. So we discussed it, and anyways, they're gonna make their money on the back end. So I think they were okay with it. But yes, so we extended that loan by 7 months and we put $2,000 more on that loan. So that's how we were able to pay off the first loan and keep that second loan at the same amount that we were paying. Now here's where the $100 came in. That loan, we were actually paying them an extra $100 a month. While we were paying off this first loan, we were also paying them an extra $100 a month. We're just going to stop doing that for right now. And we're just going to do the minimum payment to them so that we can afford health insurance. Now, once that health insurance starts and we get through all this process, we're going to start hitting that loan next. So that will be our focus next. But in the meantime, we're going to continue to put all of our extra money into our savings account. My husband has gone back to work, and that was one of my criteria about switching from savings to paying off debt was my husband going back to work and me getting my teaching contract for the upcoming school year. My husband is back at work and I have gotten my teaching contract, but I'm still scared. So we're going to continue to save for a little bit longer. And then once I feel like, okay, our jobs are secure, then we will get back to paying off that debt more aggressively. Okay, let's jump in and look at the numbers. So this worksheet, as with all worksheets that I use, are available on my Etsy shop, Life in Envelopes. When you purchase this worksheet, you get this horizontal layout, but you also get a vertical layout free with this purchase. That way, if you have more debts than this, then you have more space to write your debts. Okay, so here are all the debts that we have. And let's just jump into how much I was able to pay to each debt this month. So loan number 1, this is the one we paid off. We actually ended up having to pay a little bit more than the starting balance. I'm a little confused how they do this, but when I called to pay it off, I actually owed a little bit more because they calculate APR by day instead of like at the end of the month. I don't know. So I did have to pay a little bit more than this. I paid them $5,124.96. Okay, so our second loan, we made our normal payment of $640.66. So this is actually, our minimum to them is $540.66, but we've been paying an extra $100 a month, which will change once insurance kicks in. We'll go back to $540.66 a month. Okay, our student loan was $269.09. McFarland, which is a medical debt, we pay them $50 a month. MGMC is also a medical debt, and we pay them $30 a month. And our van is, we pay them $444.55 a month. Now I have these listed by highest APR to lowest APR, which is really, I always say I'm doing a debt snowball, but really this is called the avalanche method. When you're paying your highest debts first, that's avalanche. Snowball is when you pay your lowest balances first. So I just feel, when I first did this and I saw how much money was going to interest, I just couldn't stomach paying off 0% interest debts first. I had to pay these off first. Okay, so let's talk about how much went to interest. So this one, remember I said even though we paid it off, we owed a little bit of interest. The amount that we owed was $8.25. So it was not like the full percent, like if we, I don't know. I don't exactly understand, but that's what I had to do. Okay, so to loan number 2, $237 went to interest. Oh, and 76 cents. And I'm just going to make a little note here because I don't have a column for this because I wasn't planning on ever adding to these debts, but I did have to, we added $2,000 to this debt. So that's why the end balance is going to be higher than the starting balance. Okay, so my student loan, $80.94 went to interest. And then these 3 that have 0% APR had $0 in interest, which is why I'm paying them off last. So let's look at the ending balance of each of these debts. The first one ended with 0. Woohoo! So excited. Okay, loan number 2, it is going to be a little higher than that because we did increase it, but our ending balance was $30,228.54, and this is our new focus. Our new focus is paying off that debt. Student loan ending balance was $17,574.72. Medical McFarland, $352.90. And other one, MGMC, $793.61. And finally our van, $17,336.89. So at the beginning of the month, when we added all this together, we owed $70,418.97. The amount that went to interest was $326.95. I hate that. That's why I'm paying off highest interest cards first, because I hate that. That's just interest. Okay, so our ending balance. Was $66,286.66. Now, even though we paid $5,000 here, this did not decrease by $5,000 because we added $2,000 here. So that's why. Okay, so our starting balance was this. Our ending balance was $66,286.66, which means that we paid off a total amount of debt, not including the $2,000. We paid off a total debt of $4,132.31. That is freaking awesome. But if you follow my sinking funds cash envelope stuffing videos, it's really exciting to watch like the total grow each month. Well, I think it'd be fun to watch this total grow each month, like the amount that we paid off. So I decided to also calculate our grand total. So when we started, so this is only the second month that I am doing this update. And last month when I started, I had $72,555.54. And when I take away our current ending balance, that means that we've paid a total amount of $6,268.88. In the last 2 months, we paid off that much debt, and that is freaking awesome. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do that. I would love to have you along on this journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.